this bus down a road and looking on the side of the road for these little tiny kilometer markers. There were these tiny little signs, and it was like the 40-kilometer mark or something. You had get out, and then you'd have to hike up into the jungle for like half an hour, and then you'd find this woman's center. And so we all went there. And I finally, and like that woman, she put her hand over my gut after the ceremony where I was just wildly nauseous. And like I was crawling across the room on my hands and knees because I could, like everything was tingling and I was feeling so terrible. And I had to go to the bathroom, like, and at the end of the ceremony, she like looks at everyone's energy and lets them know what's going on with them. And she has her hand over my gut and she's like, you have this thing called pulsario and you have a cyst. And I had actually been diagnosed in the States with, an ovarian cyst, but it was benign. But it, like, there's nothing you could ever, like, there's no bumps. There's nothing you could see. It was like her hand over me, and she felt that I had that cyst, which was kind of impressive.
That's beyond impressive.
It's super impressive. Like, I mean, like, it's beyond impressive until you start working in this world, and you're like, people, you can sense sickness. You can, like, when you work with these medicines enough, you can start picking up things yourself. But she called that, and then she said the pulsario, the reason you're not having any mental experiences because you have this condition called pulsario, a pocket of negative and air and energy, the result of undigested traumas. This big like air bubble essentially in my gut, but like not like gas or anything. It's like a different kind of gas, right? And I was like, okay, that makes sense. And she was like, you know, and I was wanting to do a dieta, which is where you actually go stay in the jungle in mostly isolation. You eat a really, really bland diet, and then you drink whatever plants the shamans prescribed for you, or the ayahuasca or whatever. And so she was like, yes, you can do that with me. One day you're going to want to die. And I was like, all right, sure. Like, I want to, you know, and I should also say, like, my life had been this series of mediocrity. Like I was a filmmaker trying to get music videos off the ground. Nothing was ever, some of them kind of took. Like, I know I was making cool stuff, but I didn't believe in myself. Right. And that just was present in everything I did. You know, I have like
so that's part of what drove you to go in Peru after doing ayahuasca 7 times and not experiencing anything. Like, you're right, that's the definition of insanity, but you were like, something needs to change. Yeah. And it's not working here. I'm going straight to the source. Yeah. All right, continue.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I mean, it's like I knew things with me weren't right. And it was like, I was not having, I felt like I was like living life at like a third of what was possible.
Right.
And that third was all struggle and all work. And like, I mean, I would work myself to death. And then on the other side, I would go drink a lot and to like let off the steam. And it was just a super unhealthy balance. And I was like, I was just unhappy inside. And I wasn't having good relationships. Things just didn't feel meaningful, or I just wasn't happy, you know?
And fast forward.
And also I wasn't physically that strong or well either. Like, I was running myself down. And sorry, what?
Fast forward to now, you were living life 1/3 back then. Where would you say you're at now?
I think I'm like at 93%.
Well, congratulations.
Right?
Yeah. That's awesome.
Yeah, no,